So we're just past the 19th of November. It's the early hours of the 20th, technically. But I didn't find time to make this earlier, and I had a few videos in the queue, which is always an issue in terms of spacing in new videos. But I do want to say a few words about this. Um, International Men's Day is an event that's been observed now since the 1990s, and there's a few different origins of it, but I won't go into big lengthy history. Basically, if you're not familiar with this, and technically, actually, it's still the 19th in some parts of the Americas, so technically, that still applies. And really, it should apply every day. It's really just a day for reiterating this, coupled along with International Women's Day, which is in March, which is to raise awareness of women's issues. So, International Men's Day. Um, the sort of meme, so to speak, that's doing the rounds online, just to reiterate what this day is about. I'm just going to read out from it really. International Men's Day, November 19th, because 76% of suicides are men, 85% of homeless people are men, 70% of homicide victims are men, 40% of domestic abuse victims are men. Men are the majority of victims of violent crime. Men on average serve 64% longer in prison. Men on average are 3.4 times more likely to be imprisoned than women when both commit the same crime. I've spoken about that last one actually, how women often get a more lenient sentence than men, despite uh, sometimes committing pretty serious crimes as well. Um, Now, I assume those figures refer to the international picture. Obviously, it's going to vary from country to country, but in many countries, suicide is the leading cause of death, sadly, for men between 18 and 50. Um, and none of those things is to downplay issues that are impacting women. It's not to say that women don't also face depression and suicide, but there is a glaring imbalance there. And so I think a day like the 19th is just to kind of reiterate and draw awareness of these issues. And so, to all my male viewers, probably if I'm being honest, most of my subscribers are guys. Um, I don't have any great profound words of wisdom, but I would simply say it's extremely, extremely important to look out for your mental health. This is something that I think there's generally been more awareness of in recent years, but it is extremely important. Um, Life can be damn difficult, and every day can present new challenges. But what I find is that when bad times have come, they're not consistently bad, at least in my experience. Times I've had quite serious depression, and I thought this is just, I've been miserable, and then something happened, things got better. Now, everyone has a different story in life. No two people on this planet have exactly the same journey. But what I would say is it's extremely important that people are comfortable in themselves. And being a man, what does that mean? I think it means being true to yourself. I think it means having the integrity to stand by your values. And I think if you can be the best man in yourself, that makes you be a better person with others as well. That goes without saying. Um, I also feel that as a man, there are certain values I hold very strongly. I mean, I don't want to talk so much about a sense of chivalry, but that's a little bit abstract these days. It's an interesting subject. When I say I don't want to talk about it, I don't mean it's not interesting, but it's a bit abstract these days. I would say this though, I think a man has to have a sort of sense of humanity, particularly for more vulnerable people. So, strong man doesn't feel the need to hurt women or children or animals to feel strong in himself. Not so just virtue signaling. I really do believe that. Um, having the strength to protect those weaker than yourself as well. That also comes into it. I'm not a family man myself. I'm not a father, but if I were, these are just basic inherent values. I think they come naturally. I don't think there's even much of a thought process to it. Um, and speaking out against injustice as well, and speaking out against unjust men who abuse their power. It's extremely important. But I'll just round this up. I just think it's very important that the way you garner confidence in yourself is by being true to yourself. This doesn't mean always having to get into confrontation. There are times when the practical thing is actually walking away. Um, but I think it is important to be consistent with your own values. So, not saying one thing and then doing another, or lacking consistency when you promote certain ideas, holding the same standards to people. I think that's very important. Anyway, I'll just round this up. So, happy International Men's Day to all the guys watching this. And, this world can be incredibly perplexing at times. It could be incredibly frustrating at times. But believe in yourself. Just keep looking forward. Whatever challenges you have, it's very, very rare that it'll be permanent. I really believe that. And I genuinely wish everyone the best.